Okay. This is really slow.
Good?
Yeah?
Hi, this is Steve DeCokis, and welcome to Steve's Reviews. I'm here with a friend of mine.
Adam Hanks here. We're about to go watch Trance. You know who directed Trance?
Who directed Trance?
Danny Boyle.
Danny Boyle. Phenomenal.
Danny Boyle.
It's a phenomenal director. Adam, what I already enjoy about this movie experience so far,
Right.
this movie only plays in select theaters.
It does.
And the one we wound up in, it looks really nice.
It does. The movie theater does. It feels comfortable. And look at these seats.
Right?
This is an example of the kind of seats.
This is an example. This is an area just for seat testing.
My God. If I was gonna watch a Danny Boyle movie, he'd be on these seats. Does not do well with smell.
No, I don't care for the smell, but
It smells
we're the only ones here so far.
like a men's
We can.
restroom.
We have so many options to choose in our seating.
I want to sit as far back as humanly possible.
Back there?
All the way back there.
That's.
I only deal with extreme Steve, and I'd rather be all the way in the front or all the way in the back.
So, what are your expectations for this movie,
You know-
Trance?
I'm a big fan of the noir genre,
Right.
and you can never beat a thriller.
The ideal
Mhm.
location for a business
So we have
lunch
those
or
two
elegant
elements.
high-tea experience.
And Danny Boyle.
Danny Boyle.
With outstanding
DeCokis,
service and
let me tell
amazing
ya,
Tell me.
We
I'm
have
hoping for a
world's most
treat.
celebrated
I'm hoping for a
restaurant.
treat.
I agree.
NYC.
I'm also expecting good things.
Alright.
And I'm honestly excited for this.
As am I, Steve. As am I. We'll see what happens. Let's hope.
Let's hope for the best.
Let's hope for the best.
To Screen Vision's Limelight, your premier pre-movie destination for
Adam, you actually just reminded me. Always make sure to turn your phone off.
exciting show with lots of trivia.
I'm not turning my phone off, DeCokis.
We just finished watching Trance. In one word, how would you describe the film that you just saw?
DeCokis, I want to tell you, the one word that comes to mind when I'm thinking of that film is labyrinth.
My word is genius. So we're done watching the movie. Before we get into the nitty-grittiness
Right.
of the review, I want to really quickly summarize what we saw because the audience might not necessarily know what the movie's about.
Well, I mean, watch the trailers, people.
You described the film with one word. You said labyrinth.
I did say labyrinth, DeCokis.
Now, could you now elaborate further?
Well, I don't want to get too into it as so I don't spoil anything.
Exactly.
But,
We don't do spoilers.
We don't. Yeah, that's not cool. So, I suppose I use the word labyrinth aptly because once you see the trailer, and you get an idea as to what the movie's about, I think you'll understand why I chose that word. And remember, think of what a labyrinth is.
It's a maze.
It is a maze. That's right, DeCokis. It is a maze. You don't know. You go through this maze without knowing what's coming from any corner.
Now, I'm gonna stop you right there.
Please.
That is
A little
exactly
rude, but okay.
when the spoilers are gonna
Yes.
start flowing in. I personally also loved the music that the film.
It did have a good score. It
Right?
did
A
have
very good score.
It did.
One of the things that I noticed was the first scene where the heist started to occur.
Right.
You
right.
don't see or hear actually the typical kind of heist music that you hear in a lot of movies.
That's true. That's true. The score seemed a little grandiose.
Yeah.
More something you would hear in a more climactic part of the movie.
Exactly. And they had a very, very nice mix of the climactic scores, and it was also interesting they had a little bit of techno dance in some
They
scenes,
did. They
which was
threw
an
in a little
interesting
techno. That's true. It was,
interesting touch. Now the characters. I want to talk about the characters.
Okay, all right. Without going too
Without going
Too
too
good,
deep.
okay.
But that's what this movie is about, isn't it? Going deep.
It is. It does delve deep into characters, especially the three main ones, really.
Right.
It does.
And I'm gonna stop you there because we don't.
I don't want to spoil.
No
it.
spoilers.
This is a Steve DeCokis review, and you can trust that there will be no spoilers.
The review of the movie. I would say, just off of the top of my head, it was. I'm at a loss of words. It's pretty much just all around amazing.
It is. I have to say, it had a good pace in the story. The plot, they throw in these interesting tidbits and kind of revelations scattered nicely. You don't feel like you're being rushed at any point in the plot. I enjoyed it. It had reminiscence of another movie I feel like it happened to me, so I feel like it's gonna happen to you guys. If you go watch this movie, you're gonna think there's gonna be one movie that pops right into your head. I'm not gonna tell you because that's gonna spoil some of the movie and some of the angles that movie goes in, but keep in mind.
I think we should go on and rate the movie.
Let's do it, DeCokis.
Okay, so characters, plotline, music score, all fantastic.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I'm gonna add one of my own. They had great shots. The movie is primarily set in, I would say, England.
Yeah, it could be England.
I feel like it was. It's definitely Europe.
Yeah.
It's definitely. I have a feeling it's England. I don't want to say London, but it's in.
It's a bit confusing because the main character has a British kind of accent.
Kind of a little Scottish, maybe.
Yeah.
And then one of the characters is French. You
Yeah,
don't know where you are.
French.
You're in Europe.
Right.
This movie is not set in China or Africa. I'm gonna tell you that much.
The one negative that you were talking to me about personally before is the supporting cast. You thought?
I felt like once you realize who the main characters are in this movie, the focus is so much on them. You kind of just see the other characters falling into the background. They're just kind of, at a certain point they just become kind of part of the setting, part of like furniture.
Adam, I just want to say, this movie was, it was mind-blowing, first of all. It was emotionally gripping.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I would watch it again in a heartbeat, and I would want to just because of how puzzling some of the scenes were.
It's true. It's a little late. I don't want to go back into the movie. But yes, I would agree.
Right.
Steve.
And with that in mind, we should give it the score that we want to give it.
We should rate it now. We should give them our rating.
So in this next shot, I'm going to say overall, and then your turn will come. I'll switch the camera. You'll say the movie. No. Overall,
the movie
no.
Trance.
You say I'd have to say.
Okay.
And then
you want to do a back and forth. We're finishing each other. That's a little.
And then,
I don't know.
And then the movie Trance. And then
you're really adamant about
tell what the final review is.
Right. You want to? Okay. It seems like it. Oh.
Overall,
I'd have to say
the movie Trance
was pretty good.